So it's my first video, which I'm really excited about. So before we start our practice, you want to find a spot in your room, or maybe you want to do it outside, anywhere that you feel comfortable doing a vinyasa flow. So if you have a mat, great, bring it out. If you don't, that's fine, we can use the floor. If you have props to help you with your poses, feel free to bring them out. I have yoga blocks. If you don't have yoga blocks, that's totally okay. You can find anything around your house or your office or wherever you're about to practice yoga. It could be a stack of books or not. If you have a strap, you don't have to use a yoga strap. You can use pretty much like a long, it could be a robe's, it's not called a string, but it's, something that's thick that you can tie around your ankle to help you with some poses. If you don't, that's totally okay. But before we get started, I just want to remind everyone that it's very important to listen to your body. So if you're a beginner or if you're not a beginner, you always want to check in and make sure you are listening to your body. Yoga for me has always been such an amazing experience, a challenge by choice. I viewed it, others probably viewed it differently, but it's a type of practice that pretty much makes you feel so many different ways. You can have a moment of realization, or you can just have a moment of anger, or sadness. There's so many different emotions. So if you ever have a moment and you need to ground yourself, one pose that would totally work would be child's pose. So during our practice, if you're not feeling it and you know you cannot continue on, you want to get yourself in this position just to feel grounded and feel more calm. So kind of want to make a V with your legs. You can have the same length as your mat or even longer, whatever makes your body feel good. And you lower yourself all the way down to the ground, to the earth. And you can stretch your arms out in front of you and your forehead onto the ground. So here is your child's pose. If you ever need to ground yourself to feel calm, that is the perfect pose. If not, you can always go straight to Shavasana, which is one of the hardest poses, but that's towards the end of our practice. So before we get started, let's start warming up our bodies. So we're gonna stretch our wrists bands just a little bit. So you're gonna high five the floor. Go all on fours and just do a little light stretching. Just go back and forth, just a little light stretching. We want to wake up our bodies. So we're gonna be stretching a little bit like this. Then you can turn your hand and have your fingers facing your body. So it'll be like this. I don't know if you can see it, but it'll be like that. Fingers looking at your knees. Then again, a little back and forth. Sometimes while practicing and going to certain poses, we want to try to equal like your weight with your wrists or with your ankles. When there's a pose like downward dog, for instance, we tend to put a lot of weight in our hands when we can try to distribute our weight with our ankles and our hands, of course. And yeah, so there's so many different variations of poses. Just make sure you're doing it the way you want to do it. It's about you. So once you're done stretching your wrists, you can make some circles, because again, we're still waking our bodies, and we can slowly start shaking off our hands, our arms, our waists, all the way down. Just shake, 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 shake. Awesome. So we're gonna sit crisscross, and we're just gonna do a nice check-in. We're gonna place our hands on our hearts, or you can place one hand on your heart and one on your belly. And we're just gonna take 3 breaths. We're gonna inhale, exhale. You begin to feel your belly expand. Ready? We're gonna inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Let's do it one more time. Ready? We're gonna inhale and exhale. Awesome. So I'm excited that this is my first video, and I've taught kids yoga, and it has been amazing. So now to transition to working with adults will also be an amazing adventure. But if I if I call you friends, it's because I'm on teaching mode and I call my students my friends. So I will continue to call my student my friends. But anyways, so let's move on. So we're gonna go on all fours. We're gonna place our hands underneath our shoulders, our knees, just kind of like a nice table. And we're gonna be doing a little bit of cat-cow movements. We're warming up our bodies. So we're going to inhale, and we're gonna look up to the sky, to the ceiling, and we're gonna exhale. Looking at your bellies. We're gonna do that one more time. We're gonna inhale and exhale. So one more time. Inhale and exhale. Looking at your bellies. Now I want you to take this moment and just do anything that makes your body feel right, feel good. So if that means kind of like stretching a little up higher for cat, going around for our cow, then go for it. Anything that makes you feel good. do it at your own pace. Just remember that beautiful breath of yours. Inhaling and exhaling. Awesome. We're gonna extend one of our legs back. We're gonna go for our right leg. So we're gonna extend our one leg all the way back. And then we're gonna extend our, we've extended our right leg. So now we're going to extend our left arm up. I'm gonna make sure our back leg is lifted up as well. We're gonna inhale and exhale, touching our elbow and our knee. We're gonna inhale and exhale. Beautiful. One more time, inhale, exhale. Two more times, inhale, exhale. Beautiful. And one more. Lovely. Place our hand and our knee back down. And we're gonna move on to the opposite side. So we're gonna pop our leg all the way back. Stretch our right arm up. Make sure our back leg is lifted up to the sky. And we're gonna, ready? Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Awesome. 3 more times. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Stay with that breath. Ready? Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. We're gonna take a nice child's pose before we get started on our flow. So bring your bottom all the way back to your heels. Make sure you have that nice V, and you can place your stomach right in between your knees. And again, listen to your body. If this is too much of a wide pose, you can bring it in a little bit. If not, listen, listen, and listen to your body. And just do a nice breathing here for 5 breaths. Ready? We're gonna inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. We're gonna pop back up. And now we're gonna have both our legs out in the back. Stretch one leg out, stretch the other leg. Nice, beautiful plank pose. And we're gonna bring our hips all the way back up to the sky on your first downward dog. So our downward dogs, it might be a little stiff, which is totally okay. You can bend your knees a little bit. Bend your knees a little bit, if that helps with your pose. If not, and you wanna give yourself more of a challenge, you can bring your heels all the way down. If not, that's okay. Getting your practice is challenge enough. So, and now we're just gonna begin to walk our dog, stretching each side. And again, remember that breath. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Walking our dog. Now, look between your hands You can either slowly step to your mat or you can jump. I prefer slowly walking to the top of my mat. Once you're on top of your mat, you're gonna forward fold. Now here you can do ragdoll. Also, you can either keep your knees a little bent, have your stomach on your knees, it's totally fine. If not, you can have your legs straight up, just listening to your body. So let's do a nice ragdoll. Grabbing opposite elbows. You can have your ragdoll still, or you can just move your ragdoll a little bit. Saying yes, saying no, whatever makes your body feel good. Awesome. Now we're gonna inhale, halfway lift. So our hands will go on our shins. Now, if you want to use props, feel free to grab some props. Again, it's not required to have these things. If you have them, great. If you don't, it doesn't change anything. You're still doing your beautiful practice. So we're halfway lift. Beautiful. Exhale all the way out. Inhale. Beautiful. And exhale. So my first practice, my first video, I'm gonna inhale again. And exhale. I wanted to do a nice flow on listening to your body. So I'm listening to my body, and forward folds are amazing for my upper back. Anyways, so halfway lift, forward fold. And now we're gonna bring our arms all the way up to the sky. Inhale. Beautiful. And exhale. Nice, strong mountain pose. Awesome. Now we're in our nice, strong mountain pose. We're gonna just take 3 breaths. We're gonna inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Lovely. Now that we're back on top of our mat, we're going to go all the way back down. So, forward. Halfway lift. Beautiful. Step right leg back. Awesome. Nice lower lunge. Step left foot back. Awesome. And we're gonna go on our on our knees, chest, and chin. Awesome. So we're on our knees, our chest, and our chin. And we're gonna inhale into a little baby cobra. So we're gonna go on our bellies. Inhale. You wanna make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders. So feel free to always adjust yourself if something doesn't feel right. So we're gonna go on our baby cobra. So we're just gonna lift our chest a little bit. Nice. And exhale. Down. Beautiful. Let's do it one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Awesome. We're gonna bring our hips all the way back, and we're gonna go on our child's pose. Beautiful. So we're exhaling there. And inhale to downward. Exhale. Beautiful. Now we're gonna slowly walk to the mat, the top of the mat, or you can jump. Slowly go back to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful. Inhale all the way up to the sky. Inhale. Look up to your palms. Exhale. Mountain pose. Awesome. We're gonna inhale. All the way up to the sky, look to the sky. Exhale, dive all the way down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Now this time we're gonna do the opposite side. So we're gonna bring our left leg all the way up to our lower lunge. Beautiful. Now we're gonna bring that leg, our right leg back. Nice plank pose. And we're gonna go on knees. Beautiful. Chest. Awesome. And chin. Beautiful. Make sure we're breathing. Breath is so important. So we're gonna inhale to our baby cobra, or if you want our mighty big cobra, you can stretch your arms out. Beautiful. Or if not, you can do upward dog, which is having your legs a little bit off the mat, just a little bit. So there's cobra, where you have like your lower hips and your legs on the floor. Upward dog kind of looks similar. So you want to, it's your legs not touching the ground. Anyways, and going, exhaling to our child's pose. Breathing in and out. Now raising our hips all the way to the sky. So we can do it super slow. So when we raise our hips, we want to be mindful of our legs. Because again, if you can't bring your foot all the way down to the ground, that's okay. Another variation of this pose is bending your knees a little bit and just having your, just looking in the back between your legs. Nice. Downward dog. Just take a nice breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Again, we're going to go back to the top of our mats. So we can either jump or walk. This time I'm feeling a little jumpy, so I'm going to jump to my top of my, we're going to inhale. halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Awesome. Such a beautiful flow. Always remembering to listen to your body. Now that we're on our top of our mat, we're gonna go to our first chair pose. So I'll back up a little bit. So we're gonna inhale our arms out. Awesome. So pretty much you're sitting on an invisible chair. I'm gonna turn around here. You wanna make sure your knees are not going over your foot. So you wanna be mindful of that. So when you go down on your chair, just make sure your bottom's sticking out. And you wanna stay, or you wanna be mindful and try to be grounded. So we're gonna inhale, our arms up, beautiful chairs. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And we're gonna go back. I'm gonna turn my body over here. Top of our mats. Awesome. Now this time, we're gonna forward fold, halfway lift, beautiful. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step your right leg back, step your left leg back, beautiful. Now we're gonna do a chaturanga. So it's a yogi's push-up. So you want to try to bring your arms kind of like, you don't have to fully do a yogi push-up. You can go on your knees, kind of like the knees, chest, and chin. But I know those are two different poses. So we're gonna, again, so many variations. Go on our knees and kind of like slowly go down, 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 down with control. Can be such a challenge. But it's always good to recognize your challenge and find ways to approach that challenge, whatever it may be. Moving on. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, either step or jump top of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. You can grab your peace fingers and wrap them around your big toe. You can do a nice little stretch. So again, feel free to bend your knees. Then inhale. Kind of have your arms, like your elbows sticking out like this. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Just letting it all go. Listen to your body. Let things go. That doesn't feel right, or just feel, maybe it feels good and just want to just let it go. Anyways, inhale, exhale. Now we're gonna inhale to a chair. Ready? Inhale. Beautiful chairs. Awesome. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. You want to either jump back to your mat to plank or step back. So now we're strong planks. We're gonna inhale, do a little countdown to go on our stomachs. So we're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on our belly or stomachs. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Beautiful. So now we're gonna inhale our right leg up. Bring your right leg between your arm. Now, if your foot can't reach the top of your mat, you can always use your spare hand to guide your foot to the top of your mat. Now we're in low lunge. Feel free to bring your blocks. Beautiful. Now we're gonna go into our high lunge. So inhale, arms up. Beautiful. Beautiful high lunge. So if you want to make sure you're nice and center, opposite of the arm, so you know you're nice and center. Beautiful. You're gonna inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And we're gonna twist our back leg down, our heel down. Our right leg will still be 90 degree angle. Back leg, kind of like you're on a skateboard. We're gonna extend our arms all the way out. Try to see if you can look at your middle finger. We're gonna inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. We're gonna cartwheel our arms to the front of the mat and twist the back foot towards the front. Awesome. Going from low lunge to plank. Now, again, yogi's choice. If you want to go straight to chaturanga, you go straight to chaturanga. If not, you could do knees, chest, chin, or you can go on your knees and do a half chaturanga, whatever makes you feel good. Again, it's all about listening to your body. We're gonna inhale, chest all the way up to the sky. Let that chest open yourself to new possibilities. It's been a hell of a year. Exhale all the way back to child's pose. Beautiful. Inhale. Onto all fours. Awesome. Before we move on to the next side of our flow, just wanted to take a moment and say thank you. I am so grateful to be leading this practice, and I know that it's easy said than done to listen to your body, but I know it's so possible. So just remind yourself to check in with yourself and take notice what makes you feel good and what are some of the things that doesn't make you feel good, and just finding ways to maneuver it all, good and the bad. So let's continue. We're gonna go back to plank. Nice strong plank. Very good. Lift our hips to our downward dog. We're gonna bring our left leg up to the sky and exhale. And bring your left foot between your hands. Again, we want to be mindful and listen to our bodies. So if you're a little stiff or, just not there yet, let your spare hands guide your foot to the front of the mat. And again, we can use props. Props are super helpful. Can be books, or it can be yoga blocks, anything that helps you with your height, with your poses, I should say. So we're gonna inhale our arms all the way up to do our high lunge. Beautiful. Inhale. And again, try to see your alignment. It's good. Checked out. Good. So we're gonna inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Now we're gonna rotate our leg, our heel to the ground. Beautiful. Our front leg is still 90 degrees. Our foot is nice and flat on the ground, on your either skateboard, surfboard, any type of board. Extend your arms out. You want to make sure you look at the middle of your finger or your hand. We're going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Keep breathing. Inhale, exhale. That breath is beautiful and precious. Inhale and exhale. We're going to cartwheel our hands back to the front of the mat. Twist the back foot to look forward. Beautiful. And we're gonna step back. Again, we're gonna do a nice chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. I prefer cobra. And exhale. Hips to the sky. Awesome. Let's bring our left foot back up. Beautiful. And we're gonna tap our right foot with our left hand. Or slightly tap. So you wanna have your foot kind of closer to your left hand. We're gonna go on our pigeon pose. So the back of your leg, you wanna make sure you're, let's see, hold on. Nope, nope, I'm trying to find my toes. Nope, oh, there it is. You wanna make sure your feet is pointing straight ahead. So you would have to check. Foot's pointing, okay. It's not flexing, perfect. So now, pigeon pose is a hard pose for me, but I've been slowly working on it. So if this doesn't work, having your, I don't know if you can see it, but you have your leg kind of like an L, looks like an L. If this pose is hard, it's okay. You can stay here, or you can go all the way down to the ground. But if it's too much of a challenge for you, which it is for me, we can slowly come out of the pose. Awesome. And I can show you a different way of doing it. Laying on your backs. So, I'm gonna turn my body around. So you wanna lay on your back. Awesome. So we were doing our right leg. So you're gonna bring your right leg up to the sky and meet your foot with your knee. So you kind of looks like a 4 if you pick up your leg up like that. Upside down 4. So it's another variation of pigeon. This one works for me because of my knees. If the other pose works for you, then the other pose works for you. So we're gonna thread our hands like this. So, and hug your left thigh. See? Now, so you wanna have your foot flex. So my foot's flexed right now. Point, flex. So my foot's flexed. We're gonna inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Beautiful. So you wanna slowly start getting out of your pose, whichever pigeon pose you chose. Just being mindful of how you got there and just slowly getting out of it. So the other variation, I'm gonna turn my body back around. The same way. We're gonna do it on the other side. So we're gonna go back to plank. We're gonna lift our left leg up and meet our foot with our right hand. Make sure there's my foot. That's what I was trying to do earlier. Couldn't do it on the other side. So make sure your foot is flat in the back. Your toes are pointing, not flexing, pointing. And again, if this variation of pigeon pose does not work for you, we have the other way. So, but I still invite you to this challenge. So with pigeon, again, on the other side, once your foot's flexed up here by your right hand, you can begin to stretch your arms all the way out and try to place your forehead onto the ground. Now again, if this pose is not doing it for you, because it's definitely not doing it for me, we're gonna go back out the way we came in, going back out. I'm gonna do it on my back. So I'm turning my body around, out to the back. So now if I did it on this leg, I'm gonna do it on this leg. So lift your leg up and let your foot, your left foot touch your right knee. Hug your right knee and flex your foot. Beautiful. So this is pointy, this is flex. So we're gonna inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 2 more times. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, exhale. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. So now we're gonna come out of our pose the way we came in. And now we're just gonna take a moment on the ground. I invite you, if you want to, I can't remember the Sanskrit name, but we're gonna glue our feet together. And we're just gonna do a nice little stretch for our hips. Now, so I glued my feet together and I'm placing it back down. If it's too much of a strain for you, if you have props, bring them, place them under your knee. Awesome. And we're just gonna do we're gonna do 5 breaths here. Ready? We're gonna inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Let's bring our knees together and then bring our knees to our chest. Then we're just gonna give ourselves a nice big hug. You can do a super big and tight hug, or nice and loose, whatever makes you feel good. Inhaling and exhaling. Being mindful of your breath. It's very important. It's a beautiful hug. Now we're gonna do a bridge pose. As we're doing our bridge pose, I invite props again. So what I'm gonna do, for some friends, our bridge, you don't have to use a prop. If you choose a prop, you wanna make sure your prop, if it's on the low or high setting, high, low, I don't know why I can't remember that, but anyways, you want to have it in a nice setting where It's not too straining your back. And we want to place it right underneath your back. Kind of, so it's like a restorative pose with some help. Our beautiful bridge pose, elevating your hips to the sky. Making sure you are breathing. Now, if you don't have a block and you just want to go for the pose, you don't have to use your block or books. And you want to make sure when you're doing your pose, your bridge pose, make sure your heels are by your butt or your bottom. We're gonna inhale so make sure our heels are right next to our bottoms. We're gonna inhale our hips up to the sky, inhale. And we're gonna clasp our hands together and just kind of try to like move your body a little around. So you can try to get your shoulders right underneath. Have your hips all the way up to the sky. So you want to try to use your legs with your pose, with this pose. Because I know sometimes I tend to like clench my bottom and try to use my bottom. But I know I can also be mindful, be aware that I can use my legs to lift my hips up to the sky. And exhale. Inhale. Beautiful. So you can begin to go all the way down, slowly come out of your pose, whether you use a block or no block. Another variation, if you want to lead from the bridge pose, is cartwheel, which one day I will get there. I am not there yet, but it's pretty much having your hands kind of like where your shoulders are and pretty much lifting your chest up to the sky. I am not there yet, but I will be one day. Ooh, I'm just finding a difficult time. There you go. Just like inhaling. No, not there yet, but one day I will be. So, cartwheel, having your hands where your shoulders are, and pretty much plopping all of your upper body all the way up to the sky. Cartwheel. Okay. Now we're moving on to our challenge, very challenging pose, our resting Shavasana pose. I wanted to skip the pose right now, and just sit crisscross. If you're in Shavasana, that's great. But this is your Shavasana pose where we're laying on our backs. We're stretching our legs out all the way down, stretching your arms all the way down, and just plopping yourself onto the ground. I invite you to slowly close your eyes. And just take this moment where you gave yourself time to listen to what makes you feel good and also what makes you feel bad, and working with what's in front of you. Shavasana, it's always a very simple pose, so it seems, but it has challenges, like everything. There's always challenges, and we always want to listen and embrace it. Well, not everybody, but some of us, we do. But I just think it's always important to listen to your body. Whatever makes it feel good, whatever makes it feel bad. Just take a moment. Don't forget your breath. Make sure we're inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. So take this moment and appreciate how much you listen to your body. How stepping into your practice was your challenge. A good, a bad, or in between type of challenge. So just take that moment and enjoy it. At this time, I want you to start wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers, just wiggle. Begin to stretch your arms all the way up above you. Stretch your arms and your legs. And just begin to wake your body. If you still want to stay in Shavasana, continue to stay. For those that are coming out, we're gonna meet sitting up. So whichever side you choose, you're gonna go into a fetal position, having your knees kind of close to your chest, and then slowly bringing your body all the way up, sitting crisscross. I want to say thank you for letting me lead your practice, and just a reminder for everyone to always listen.